Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. We're at $94.54 right now, up 6.55%. Litecoin's just going nuts, guys. This is amazing action what we're seeing right now. This is some special stuff. We've had some serious volume come in. Litecoin just keeps going up right now. It's one more and it's breaking some serious resistances. So this is something to be very excited about, especially if you're a long-term holder in Litecoin, you believe in Litecoin. This is the type of stuff that you dream about when we just get this type of volume and we blast off like this. And a lot of times there's nothing stopping us. It's just keep pounding through those overhead resistances, and that's what's been happening. So guys, take a look at this. What I did, I took basically our Fibonacci here from the high where we had tweezer tops. So from this point, and this was May 4th, 2018. So we fell down, we had this nice reaction. We came up here, we put in tweezer tops, and from that moment on, we just continued to fall. And we're at the point now though, on the backside, how aggressive this move has been, we're coming up now to challenge this 0.5 at $103, which, guys, that's making up half the move, and think about how short a time this has been. You know, we talk about a bear market being very short and harsh in terms of when you study these bear markets, they say that they're not as long as a bull market, but they're shorter and they're more aggressive. The bear jumps out the window or rides the elevator down, and the bull climbs up the stairs. That's what it always says. But this bull, I mean, the bull in cryptocurrency, it's a special type of bull when it comes out. I'm just telling you, because look how long it took for us to shake out all through this, and now we've basically made up half of it right now of this entire fall in the matter of, let's see, so this started about December 10th or so. We started the short term uptrend. Now we're in that intermediate term uptrend, and what we'll be looking for is once we finally do max out and we find some overhead resistance here and we see some rejection, we're going to find that nice higher low, and we're going to see where that point is. And you know what, this wouldn't be a terrible point either, guys, if we pulled back right into this area right around that $84, because there's a lot of chunky support right over here, so that's a spot. Or I'd look down to that 20 EMA. A lot of the times we come back to that. As you know, we've been paying a lot of attention to that, and that'd be around that $70, but we're going to have to wait and see what's going on. Right now, we're just riding this bull. This bull is at $94.75, and we have to see what happens. When these whales come in, it doesn't matter the indicators, it doesn't matter what's going on in the charts. When they come in and they want to come in, they're going to come in hard, and that's why they're called market makers. The whales are the market makers, and we have to ride their coattails. That's our job. And that's why in trading, guys, if you can be correct 50% of the time, but you cut your losses short and you let your good ones run, you're going to be profitable and have a good risk to reward management of like 3-to-1, or at least 2-to-1, 4-to-1. Those are the things that you want to look for. So right now, what we're paying attention to is this overhead resistance around the 0.5, $103, which is going to be on that Fibonacci. That's a solid range there, guys. We're going to have to see if this is where we start cooling down, or if we're actually going to go all the way up to this 0.618. Remember that golden pocket, a lot of the times on these reversals, you'll bounce up to that 0.618 before you pull back to the 0.382 before you start moving up higher again. Remember, this is going to have to take a breather at some point, but I'm not sure. You know, guys, we have nice volume coming in still, even today, right down in here. And these sticks, those are something special. When you see a stick come in like that, it can run up for a while. You see this stick here? That came in right here, guys, and look how we kept getting pushed up. Even though our RSI, this whole area here, we were talking about RSIs going down, price going up, looks like we were going to roll over, and then that market maker stepped in right there and said, nope, we're moving right up to the upside. So now we're just going to pay attention. We have to be very patient, but these are key areas now, this 0.5 and this 0.618. Very key areas to see what happens there, if we see a lot of rejection or if we just, you know, keep running. Because anything can happen, guys. I mean, we've seen it on this right here where we just started blasting off and things didn't make sense, and you're going, whoa, what in the world? And believe me, guys, I read the encyclopedia chart patterns, the Japanese candlestick charting books. I've been through so many books now, just reading and studying, highlighting, you know, making notes on them, everything. The textbooks are one thing. Cryptocurrency is a whole nother beast. I'm just telling you that. Normal markets, you know, if you read about all this stuff, normal markets are not going to go up 22% in a day. They don't see that action in a year, a lot of markets. So that's why we're in this space, guys, and it's exciting. It's great to be here with you. But those are the things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at this overhead resistance here. I'm looking at this overhead resistance up here. We're looking at that 50 on the Fibonacci. We continuously want to hold this trend line here, guys. We want to stay up above the 200-day moving average, up above the 50-day moving average, and up above the 20 moving average, which we have treated as support now since February 8th, 2019. Right in that range, we've been treating that 20 as very strong support, and that's where we actually got that blast off. Remember, we were looking at that and saying, all right, if we close below that 20, we could be heading to the downside. If not, moving to the upside. And we blasted through, and we blasted through this overhead resistance right here and all this chunk. And that's a lot. That's strong, guys. That is a very strong fight right there. And we blasted through it on that good volume. So I'm thrilled to see that. Volume's looking good. Next thing we want to look at is the RSI. Let's see if we're seeing anything. Any divergences. Anything that could give us clues. Alright, so on the one-day chart, we're up at 87. I want you to realize that that's very high. Over 70 is overbought. We're in cryptocurrency. Could have pushed up to 96, and we get even more out of this, and Litecoin goes to $128. Absolutely, and it could happen in a day or two. That's how these things move. But, you know, guys, be aware of that. At 87, a lot of people will start taking profits. You know, these wicks up here, this is profit taking. And we couldn't get up past that. So just be aware of that. Put that in your back pocket. But definitely things can get very overextended in crypto. And the more that I'm even learning this little short to intermediate term bull market, it's helping me learn because I've been studying bear markets for so long. And we've been trading in a bear market, different things like that. So now this is trying to get to the point of reversing your thinking again, to where you want to be buying those dips. You want to be buying when it gets, you know, to the 50 moving average and you have a nice pullback onto it. You want to pull the trigger and go long there. Just like here, I was going short every time we would hit it. So it's just a reversal, but it's interesting to just see the differences of how the market moves, and this bull has surprised me, how strong and how aggressive this volume has been. So I'm excited about that. Another thing I wanted to show you here on the RSI, we really want to pay attention to this line being held right there. This is our uptrend. So let's see if even if we get a pullback that we continue to hold this. If we do get a breakdown out of that, then start paying some close attention. So, you know, guys, these are the things that I'm looking at. One more quick thing before I let you go, the Bollinger Bands, and this is going to show you we're very overextended, I'm sure. So profit taking could happen. I mean, you can see how we extended out of these guys. We have to give it some time and wait and see, but we're definitely outside of the band there, if you can see. So the band goes up right in here, and we're actually up above it right now. So some guys may be opening shorts right in here. I'm not opening shorts right now because this bull is so powerful. I just want to see what happens. And then once you start getting some confirmation, then you can go short. But you remember, you always want to put your stop loss in as well, because these things can happen overnight where it just blows up. And that's the good thing about trading, guys. If you put your stop loss in or whatnot, you have a plan, you formulate your plan, you put in your stop loss. If you lose, you lose. And just like I said, if you're going 3-to-1 ratios or 4-to-1 ratios, think about that. I mean, you're winning basically 3 times out of 4. And then you'll have the one time when you lose or whatnot. So that's what you look for. And remember, always cut your losers short and let your winners run. That's what I've been trying to do the best that I can. Because before I'd always, you know, I'd see some profit and I'd go, oh, I get scared or whatever, and I'd lock it in, and then it would continue in the direction I wanted it to, and I could have had a much better profit. So I think a lot of times break-even stops or even slightly above or below to where you can, you know, cover your fees if there's any fees, anything like that, is not a bad way to play it. And if you break even, you break even. You look for the next opportunity. If it pushes higher, you're sitting in cash, then you can short it, or vice versa. You know, if it pushes down and it's bouncing off a 50 moving average or a 20, and you think we're going to get a bounce off that, go long on that, put your stop, you know, a decent amount below it, just in case there's any wicks or anything, depending on how we're doing here. If we're real tight like this, there's not going to be a ton of real long wicks. But if we're just chopping around like this, anything can happen. You see these long wicks over here, and what I like to do is actually measure the longest wick I'll see, and then a lot of the times if it's something I'm going a little bit longer on, I will measure that wick and then put that distance and a little bit below that for my stop loss, so I just don't get wicked out, you know, and then you lose some money there on a long one like this. But, you know, guys, it's cryptocurrency. I'm excited to be here with you on a Saturday night. We're at $94.67. We're up 6.51%. It's a great day for all the long-term hodlers in terms of Litecoin and also this cryptocurrency market. Just any coins you're holding, it's good to be a part of this. So we're dancing with the moon, boys. We're excited about it, guys. All the hodlers, you know, like I said, I have a few coins and projects I really believe in that. I'm a hodler too at heart. I like trading, you know, which trading so far has done much better than what hodling's done, but it's nice to just have a little bit here to hodl and then have a little trading stack and see what you can do, guys. And then you can get the best of both worlds, and you can say, hey, you know what, trading's been better than hodling, or hodling's been better than trading, and you can at least know it. All the books that I've went through that cover long-term investing as well as basically trading typically, if you're a decent trader, is going to win. You're gonna be to the upside about 5 to 6 times higher than you would hodling. So that's just from all the demographics I've looked at, all the charts I've looked at, things like that, where people will take their portfolios, people who have just long-term invested, people who've traded, same thing, and they add it up, and at the end, you know, hodling they made 127%, but with trading they made 638%, and that's just how it is. So, you know, guys, do whatever you want to do. I'm not your financial advisor, but we're excited tonight, having fun, and just take care, guys. God bless. Be patient.